Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn polynomial of class 10. Before we move on to the exercise, let's have a quick introduction of what is a polynomial. Polynomial, it is an algebraic expression consisting of both variables and coefficients. Now these variables and coefficients together we call it as a terms. So to understand what are variables and coefficients, let's take an example. Let's say 5x. Now 5, it is a number. So the numbers are called coefficients. And alphabet A, B, C, X, Y, Z, these are called variables. Now, since this 5x has both coefficient and variable, so this 5x is called as a terms. Now, polynomial has different types based on terms. So, types of polynomials based on terms. So, types of polynomial based on terms, we have three different types of polynomial. First, we have monomial. Monomial example, it will have only one term. Let's say 5x. Binomial. Binomial are those which will have two terms, 5x plus 6. And trinomial are those which will have three terms. So, example will be 5x squared plus 2x plus 1. So, these are the types of polynomial based on terms. Next, we have degree. What is degree? So, degree are those which has the highest power of variable. The highest power of variable are called degree. So, let's say 5x squared plus 2x plus 1. So, the variable is x. We have x variable here. Simply x means the power is 1. So, the highest power of this polynomial is 2. So, the degree of this polynomial is 2. Let's take another example. So, in this polynomial, the highest power of the variable x is 2. So, the degree of this polynomial is 2. I hope you are clear. Now, basing on that, we have different types of polynomial based on degree. Types of polynomial on the basis of degree, we have three different types of polynomial. Now, the linear polynomial. Linear polynomial are those polynomial which has degree 1. Example, for x, the power is 1, so linear polynomial are those polynomial which will have degree 1. You can write for x plus 2. So the highest power of the variable x is 1. Those comes under linear polynomial. Seven x square minus 9x plus 1. So the highest power of this variable is 2. So quadratic polynomial are those polynomial which has the highest power 2. Cubic polynomial are those polynomial the highest power should be 3. 9x cubed plus 7x minus 9. So the highest power of this polynomial is 3. So these are called cubic polynomial. So I hope you are clear with all this concept. Let's see the exercises now. Exercise 2.1, the question says the graph of y equal px is given in figure. Find the number of zeros. So question number 1, this is the figure. This is your x-axis. This is x dash, y dash. Now find the number of zeros. So through graph also we can find the number of zeros. Number of zeros means how many values of x you will get. Suppose we have a polynomial for x square plus 9x plus 2. So the highest degree of this polynomial is 2. So the number of zeros we will get after solving is 2. Or we can say number of zeros is 2 or the values of x will be 2. On solving we will get 2 values of x. Or we can say the values of x, we can even say number of zeros. So the number of zeros on solving we will get 2, or the values of x after solving we will get 2. So through graph we can find the number of zeros also. Let's see the first question. Here, since the graph is for p of x, so we will find the number of zeros of x. So this is in y-axis, this is x-axis. So this line is touch on point y. So the number of zeros for px is 0. For this, the number of zeros of px is 0. Since there is no line touch on x-axis, and we are supposed to find the number of zeros of px as per question. Next, question number 2. Here, the number of zeros will be 1. Since on x-axis, it's the number it touches on the x-axis only once. So the number of zeros is 1. Now the third question. Here it touches 1, 2, 3 times. So the number of zeros is 3. Similarly, we can solve the remaining 3. Here the number of zeros will be 2, because on x-axis it coincides 2 times only. On x-axis the number, this graph touches 2 times of them. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. So the number of zeros of this question number 5 is 4. And the last question for this exercise, here it has to coincide, or it has to touch only once, then only we have to count. Here it touches on the x-axis 1, here 2, 1, 2, 3 times. So the number of zeros of this question number 6 will be 3. I hope you are clear with all the questions that we have solved.